week, which means that Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide could be left out of the playoffs for the first time in school history. At the Ticket Update this, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com. Jamie and Stoney on 97.1 The Ticket.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Jamie and Stoney on 97.1 The Ticket on what is another icy morning. So hopefully we'll have school. We didn't get the call today.
No, you should have school. Hey.
Oh, we will. We got the call yesterday at like 5 and 6 o'clock now. We haven't got the call, so we'll have school today. What's going on, Stone?
How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful. Yourself?
I'm good. Good day yesterday?
No, how about you?
Oh, I had a good day yesterday.
Good, yeah. What did you do yesterday?
I went to the movies by myself.
Oh, what'd you see?
I saw the,
So jealous. I love that.
I saw the, Bruce Springsteen Western Stars movie that they made out of his latest album, which was recorded in a barn with like a 30-piece string orchestra. I debated whether I was going to go see it or not because I'm not crazy about the album, but it was much better than I thought because it was done differently and the cinematography was wonderful. I love being basically by myself.
I was going to say, was anybody else
There
there?
were two other people showed up for a 1:15 show.
Are they guys your age?
Yeah, well, no, there was one that.
Wait, we should go see a Springsteen movie on a Tuesday.
There was one who was definitely my age who was there with his wife or his girlfriend, and then another person who was probably in his late 30s.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, so that was good. Then I went home, took a nap, and watched lots of basketball.
Did you?
Watched lots of
Well,
basketball.
the Gavitt games.
Of course.
I mean, it was night 2 of the Gavitt games, which came as a surprise to me that there was a night 1. You didn't see my tweet, Craig? I tagged you in my tweet. On Monday night, Paul played Iowa.
Yeah.
I guess they had the opening ceremonies Monday night and we missed it.
Yeah, they had the.
In case you're not sure what we're talking about, yesterday on the show we were talking about how Michigan was playing great last night. And Stoney just out of nowhere goes, Is that one of the Gavitt games? And Gov and I looked at each other blankly and like, what the blank are the Gavitt games? Apparently the Big East plays the Big Ten.
Yeah.
How many years now? The second, third year?
It's the worst thing that
And I'm going to take Gavitt.
Yes, which, all due respect to him, and no disrespect.
What's the matter?
Right.
No,
Seriously.
all disrespect in it.
No, he's a legend in the game, but this thing's forced. This is
Anyway.
forced. It's like the Great Lakes Classic.
Oh, I love the Great Lakes Classic or the Great Lakes Invitation? GLI or the GLC?
Great Lakes Classic.
I mean, the
Lions Browns preseason game?
Yeah.
Some points for a trophy in the preseason.
I don't believe they're playing for a trophy, are they?
They were? No.
The Gavitt games?
Oh, yeah, that's the Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. No, this thing here, even if it's just whatever it's called, I think it's great when you have, early season.
Yeah.
If you're going to have early season basketball, you might as well have, across the, conferences with some pretty good teams playing
Right.
against each other.
They've been doing this for 25 years with the ACC Big Ten Challenge.
Yeah,
It's down or whatever, which the ACC has won, I believe, every year. And so I didn't realize this was happening between the Big East and the Big Ten. So the Gavitt games. So anyway, we made a bunch of Gavitt games jokes throughout the day yesterday. And then I found out last night that Evansville beat Kentucky. Yeah, I was thrilled. I mean, what an upset. But then I realized it wasn't part of the Gavitt games. And then it lost, I don't know, it's like, oh, well, if it didn't happen in the Gavitt games, then it never really happened.
No.
Yeah.
But the Michigan Crane game was very entertaining. Great offensive performances by both teams early, and Michigan clamped down a little bit defensively in the second half. And Teskey showed up, 12 to 17 points in the second half, and they won by 10. Good game, very entertaining game.
Yeah, I'd say the best win that you won, Howard, here.
Yeah, exactly. They
I
won
mean,
out
it's
of gas
embarrassing
like they did.
Appalachian State.
Damn right it was.
Yeah, you beat Creighton. That's a nice resume builder for later on in the season.
Right, I think Creighton's like 32 in Ken Pom.
31 entering, yes.
31 and Michigan State.
Michigan's 30.
We definitely just set a record for earliest mention of 10 pounds in the college basketball season. Breaking the previous record of March 13th from last season.
Yeah, so I was watching that, and then I saw what the Pistons were getting blown out, so I did not even watch the Pistons game. They lose 117-108.
I was watching, and it was they had Campion on the assembly.
I did see a
They
lot of
had him mic'd up, and for a while I thought he was actually there in Miami, because obviously he was on there talking about Kendrick Nunn.
but still, and now he's a starter in the NBA.
I know.
And that says a lot about how the game has changed because he could shoot. And it also says something about Cleveland Cavaliers head coach John Beeler, which I also watched some of him. They lost to the Sixers at the end of the game. It was on NBA TV last night.
Look at you.
I was bad. Yeah, and then on my computer screen, I watched AU beat my alma mater beat George Washington at the DC clash at the buzzer last night.
Is that in the Gavin games?
No. I used to
Is the Heat Pistons game part of the Gavin game?
the American George Washington games aren't good enough to even qualify for the Gavin's granddaughter.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Don't sell yourself short.
I don't like hearing the Pistons' excuses, but they landed in Miami about this time yesterday.
Yes.
To get a little bit of a break.
No Blake, no Rose, no chance. And you had with the Atlantis.
The more important news happened earlier in the evening as they announced the college football playoff rankings following the events of the previous Saturday. And the only real surprise, I'm not sure if you'd call it a surprise, is that Georgia is now in the top four. You knew there'd be some question as to who that fourth team would be. It now goes LSU. The Tigers leapfrogged over Ohio State, and I think justifiably so.
Yes, when you beat Alabama on the road.
You beat Alabama and Alabama. I think you should be number one, no matter who, no matter which record. You could be 2-8, and I would still put you number one. LSU 1, Ohio State 2, Clemson 3, and now Georgia 4 ahead of Alabama, and then Oregon, Utah, and Minnesota. Minnesota took the biggest jump ever in the playoff era, going all the way up to number 8. Now, you sit here and you look at it and you say, okay, well, Alabama, I would argue, I don't know. I won't say Alabama controls its destiny, but if Georgia wins out and LSU wins out, they would play each other in the SEC championship.
Correct.
And if LSU were to lose that game, I still think they're in the top four. If they're undefeated,
Right.
having won at Alabama, even if they lose to the SEC championship game, I still think they're in the top four. Ohio State obviously controls its own destiny. Clemson, you would think, controls its own destiny. So that fourth spot, if Georgia were to get to the SEC championship game and win, they're in. But if they lose, then what happens? Then Alabama will move back in, or they can take the Pac-12
Well,
champ.
we'll get into this in the wide nine a little later, but the team that actually controls a lot of this stuff is Auburn. Even though they won't get in. Auburn plays Georgia. I believe it's at Auburn this week. And then, of course, they have the Iron Bowl. So if Auburn can upset at least one of them,
Yeah.
that throws everything into chaos. And
If Auburn wins out, they might get the fourth spot
with 2 losses, maybe.
because of the powerful wins that they have.
Well, I think part of that would depend on what happens to the Pac-12, though, because I just have a hard time seeing a 2-loss team that doesn't even play for it. They wouldn't get into the conference championship game. So
Yeah, that's
two
right. They lost
losses.
to LSU already.
Right.
Yeah, with 2 losses, you're leapfrogging a 1-loss Pac-12 champion.
And if it's Oregon and Auburn does well, the Oregon loss actually probably looks even better.
Yeah, although then if it comes down to Oregon versus Auburn, how do you sit there and
Well, it
take?
depends. If Auburn has 2 losses,
Yeah, but still one of them.
one was in September. Was like a 1-point or 2-point game, right? I mean,
Auburn beat Oregon
yeah, I know. So why would you take Auburn over Oregon?
because they beat
But
it.
they have 2 losses. But they have 2 losses.
I know, but that's my point. It's like then you get the real,
And that's not going to happen. LSU's got to lose twice.
Oh yeah,
I shouldn't throw
LSU's not. LSU with 1 loss based on the wins they've had. I think they're pretty well in.
See, I think last night kind of almost locked the doors on anybody else getting in except the top 5. Like, it's up to Georgia. It really is. To me, Bama, all they have to do is beat Auburn.
Yeah.
Georgia has to beat Auburn, LSU in the SEC title game, and Georgia Tech.
You're headed for your classic debate, a 1-loss Oregon or Utah, or a 1-loss Oklahoma,
Right.
versus that won their conference versus 1-loss Bama that didn't, but has the greatest loss of the season.
What if Baylor runs the table as undefeated?
I'll say that I think if Baylor or Minnesota run the table, they'll just hop.
Right.
Yeah, well, Minnesota running the table would include a win over Ohio State.
Right.
And Baylor running the table would include a win over
Oklahoma.
Probably twice.
And maybe twice. Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
twice. Yeah, because they play them this Saturday, right?
Just a quick correction, Alabama does not have the greatest loss of the season because that's clear that the line's against the Chiefs.
Different sport, different league.
Fair point. It's a very fair point. But that game happened during the Gavitt games, so it's actually exempt from consideration.
You know what else happened last night? It wasn't part of the Gavitt games. The Wings won their 3rd in a row. 6-on-3 advantage as Anaheim committed 2 penalties in the last minute.
Has it gotten so bad for the Wings you're not letting them play 6-on-3?
Larkin scored, and then Cholowski in overtime, and they win it. So that's a nice win for them last night.
All right.
In a row.
Coming up on the show, we have the Wide Nine. We will also talk to Wojo at 9:35. He has an interesting column today in the news about Mark D'Antonio, who did speak to the media yesterday in advance of the Michigan game, but it was seen to be more in the post-game of the Illinois debacle on Saturday. We'll talk to Woj about that at 9:35. Coming up next, though, it's our weekly chat with Michigan head football coach Jim Harbaugh on 97.1 The Ticket. The D.
Hey, gotta tell you about the D, ladies and gentlemen. The D is the greatest. We've been there lots of times, and we love it. The D is completely renovated, so you can enjoy all the comforts of high-end Las Vegas hotel without missing out on all the high gaming energy and nightlife that you want. Now, something brand new, Circus Sports, now open at the Golden Gate Hotel and Casino right down the street from the D Las Vegas. And if you want Detroit-style food, well, they got Joe Vicari's Andiamo Italian Steakhouse right there at the D, voted best steakhouse in downtown Las Vegas. Something more casual, got American Cooking over there. Like what I love about the D, the Lawn Bar. You hang out, you watch all the games, the bartenders do a great job, and see the man, the myth, the legend, Derek Stevens, the owner of the D. He's hanging out at the corner of the Lawn Bar. Tell him we sent you, and he just might get you a cocktail. That's the D Las Vegas. Go book a room right now, thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Expert Heating and Cooling. Still dealing with some icy road conditions around Metro Detroit, and that includes the Lodge southbound ramp to eastbound 94. Police are on the scene of an accident, 75 southbound at Joslin. It's affecting the left side, and a crash is reported 275 northbound at 94.
I'm Hot Mark, owner of Expert Heating and Cooling. And if you feel like I feel, come on, choose a new high-efficiency furnace from Expert Heating and Cooling. We have the best quality and lowest price, period.
I'm Michelle Pena, the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Open an account today at Community Financial. Apply for an auto loan or mortgage, or sign up for any of our other financial services to help you reach your financial goals. They're coming from all over Michigan. Don't wait. It's Taylor Ford's Black Friday sales event going on all month long. Terminate your lease up to 12 months early. Plus get huge 2019 model year end savings. New 2019 Ford Escape 4x4. $149 a month. 24 months, $2,000 down, no security deposit plus taxes and fees. Why wait? Get more for less at Taylor Ford. At your service. Online, shoptaylorford.net. With approved credit ends 11/30.
The Detroit Lions needed more than a copier and printer company. Applied Imaging customer Dan Lentz, Lions Executive Director of Corporate Partnerships.
You know, we were looking for a business solutions company, and that's what we found.
How has Applied Imaging helped the team's business side?
People are happier with the equipment that we've got, the solution side, and it's motor so, and I'm sure you hear this quite a bit, but it's the people that are behind it, and it's the service that's associated with it.
The overall benefit of the Applied Imaging Detroit Lions relationship?
It's the ability to know that we have a partner that we're going to be able to grow and be successful with together. Bottom line, the personal relationship, the enthusiasm behind it, the service, and the dependability. I can't stress it enough.
Applied Imaging, the official office technology partner to the Detroit Lions. Managed network support, document management solutions, the full range of printers and multifunction products, document destruction services. Call Applied Imaging today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedimaging.com.
DTE wants to help your business build Michigan's future. Whether your business is large, small, or in between, a DTE expert will help you find ways to improve energy efficiency and add incentives through our many programs. Programs that can help you save money. Money you can use to create jobs and invest in the future. You see, DTE wants you to be successful because when your business thrives, Michigan does too. DTE. At DTE, our business is making sure you have reliable, affordable natural gas to keep your business running. So we constantly upgrade and monitor our system 24/7, 365. We also buy natural gas in the summer when prices are low and store it for winter. Because at DTE, part of our business is to keep your business costs affordable all year long.
collection, only at Subway.
The great thing about facts, they're proven. Like the fact that crude oil contains impurities. Or that base oil made from natural gas is 99.5% free of impurities. And the fact that Pennzoil is the first synthetic motor oil made from natural gas, not crude oil. It gives you unbeatable engine protection. The proof is in the Pennzoil. Based on Sequence 4A wear test using SAE 5W30.
Tomorrow night, 7 till 9, 97.1 The Ticket Street Team will be at Basement Burger Bar on Brush Street in Detroit. You could win tickets to see the Detroit Lions from the Miller Lite Tap Room at Ford Field. There's a ton of tickets to win. Get more at 971theticket.com. Let your voice be heard. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket studio line at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas. The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. 97.1 The Ticket, Jamie and Stoney, joined by Michigan head football coach Jim Harbaugh. Jim, good to see you. Good morning. How are you?
Good.
How'd the bye week treat you?
With some good practices. Team is very focused on our preparation right now for Michigan State.
Do you look at the bye week as a time to go out recruiting, or just besides practice, hang out with your family, get to see what they're doing? I know I've read your daughter plays water polo. I mean, is that what the bye week's good for you?
It's good for preparation, an extra week of looking at your opponent. So we did that. Got some practices in, recruited, and also spent one full day with my family. So all those things.
We haven't talked to you in a couple weeks. It seems like at around halftime of the Penn State game, something clicked with this football team. It seems like that to us. Now, maybe not to you, because I know you were talking about making strides, but since that time, have you sensed a different football team out there?
As I said, weeks ago, maybe months. I mean, our players are playing with great effort, and it's so important to them. And when you have that, then you can get everything else. Definitely saw that coming, and now here we sit, getting ready for the Michigan State game, biggest game of the season, and I really think that everything that's come before is there. It's a part of this, but now this is a game of itself. This is a time of preparation, in itself. The great cliche of really throwing out the records when you play this kind of game is maybe the one of the ones that's the most true, and really has to be adhered to. So we are on our toes and making sure that our preparation is at the highest level.
Players have always said that, even older players, that the Ohio State game, there's the dislike, but there's a respect. The Michigan State game, for some reason, is nastier. Do you agree with that, and why do you think that is, if true?
I just think I don't agree with that. I think it's a very competitive, very intense game.
After the Iowa game, and I mentioned a second ago, stride. You guys beat Iowa 10-3, and you said you really felt like the offense was right there. And I think a lot of us said, And then you scored 42, 21, 45, and 38 in the 4 weeks since. So obviously you were making strides. Are you overall, I don't know, pleased, happy, thrilled with the way the offense has been in the last few weeks?
Yeah, really. I mean, like I said, it's true. It's now we're at this point and really just focused on completely what we have to do in this game and getting ourselves ready to play in this big ball game against a team that put up 500 yards this past week on offense. Has consistently played really good defense. Special teams, you got to be alert for everything. Mark D'Antonio, every fake known to man is you got to be on alert for. And he's a tremendous coach that does a great job motivating and preparing his football team. So, really, everything right now is focused on this ball game and getting ourselves ready for it.
In your press conference, you talked about the trick plays. How do you as a team prepare for that? Is it basically just your assignments? Like, they may be lining up for a field goal, but plan on playing defense as if they're about to throw the ball. I mean, how as a coach do you prepare your team for the potential for a fake?
Yeah, so you got to go back and look at all the formations, anything that they've shifted to, and then shifted back and kicked, or anything that they've shifted to and run a fake, and then not only that fake, but what else could come of that? What other, where are the eligibles? And even in the standard field goal formation, you have to be alert and know who the eligibles are. Did somebody come in and change a number, change a responsibility? Everything is understanding that there needs to be a defensive structure to the field goal block team. There has to be a defensive mindset in terms of defending that field goal unit, because they have proven that they will do it, and they have proven that they can do it successfully.
How tough are they to run against?
And the punt too. Same punt formation has to be looked at as a defensive stop. You have got to get them stopped to make sure that the punt is punted. They don't pull a fake on it.
How tough are they to run against them up front with Williams and Willicus and all? They're guys who are really, really good.
Yeah, really veteran players on the Michigan State defense that are really good, and they have proven to be one of the stingiest run defenses in the Big Ten and in the country.
When you see a guy like Willicus, who basically a walk-on, I'm sure you guys have had guys, Glasgow, who walked on, True Wilson, or other people kind of missed. How does that happen in recruiting where a guy in high school doesn't look that good, but let him walk on, and all like Willicus is an All-American?
It can happen. Probably the most time that it happens is somebody is a late bloomer in terms of their physical development. Also, could have been that they had an injury in high school. Those are the two most common ways.
Defensively, and I guess I'm going to ask you an overall question again.
Or maybe they played behind a really good player.
Right.
You guys lost some really good players to the NFL off of last year's defense, which was an elite defense. And yet here you are again, once again, standings, ratings-wise, amongst the elite. Can you talk about the way the defense is playing and what Don Brown has meant to you and meant to this defense and the job he's doing?
He's doing a great job. Don Brown is, once again, doing a great job. And, pretty much knowing that you have Don Brown on the staff, coordinating, calling the defenses, felt confident that he'd find a way, and our defense is playing with great effort, and it means so much to him. And it's again, I think you're seeing that again. And no, I can tell you what they're focused on. They're focused. Our defense, Don Brown, is completely focused on Michigan State.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the one doing this interview, so I got to answer the question about what's been done in the past. But they're completely focused on defense in Michigan State, who put up 500 yards of offense last week, and going through everything.
It's interesting because a lot of the questions I've asked you is I've forgotten that it's been a week and a half since you last played against Maryland. So that game is way in the rearview mirror. So in some ways, the bye may have come at a perfect time because you have these last three games, three really tough opponents: Michigan State, Indiana, and Ohio State. So it does kind of give you a chance to kind of put the past behind you and refocus on what's to come here.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't think anybody ever really knows until after you go through the next games, whatever schools of thought there are. But this is the schedule, and getting our team prepared for this game is of all importance.
When did you realize that Haskins was going to be such a valuable player on this offense? Because it seems since he came in the running game, not taking anything away from Zach, because he's been good too, but the offense is really taking off.
We started seeing in some of the practices really before the Illinois game, so so weeks ahead of that. You know, he didn't do a whole lot in the spring. He was out a lot of the spring, and he just kept getting better, and then seeing some special things in practice. Started going, this is really good. I mean, I remember one day calling up Hassan because he had one of those types of practice, and just watching him be, you know, ascending and getting better and better every day. And then he started doing it in games. Same thing we're seeing in practice. So, you know, he's really done a tremendous job.
You popped up in the news late last week with an 11-team plan for a playoff, which I guess you had actually gave out in the spring. We first heard about at the end of last week. Is that something? Because I know last year when we talked to you, I think you said 16 teams, but now you've kind of trimmed that down to 11. Is that your ideal plan for college football playoff?
You know, Brad Galler was just asking me that, you know, for the TV segment. I guess we're looking for things to talk about, but I honestly, I mean, because he said, how do you feel about it, and what do you think? And what I feel and what I think is strictly on, you know, being on high alert and preparation for this game.
Okay.
There's really nothing, you know.
We'll ask you about it in the offseason.
Yeah,
How about that?
Yeah, that'd probably be good.
What about their quarterback, Brian Lewerke? What stuff does he do that worries you?
He's got a really good arm. He can really throw the ball to all spots in the field, and he's a strong runner. He can move the chains with his legs. He's slippery in the pocket. He avoids pressure and finds ways to you know, get the ball out and avoid the negative plays. All really, really good things. And I think he's definitely an experienced guy that's been behind center for a lot of snaps. So you know, all those things are you know, what you're looking at. He's got some very good receivers to throw to, and I thought their offensive line had a couple new players in it this past week that acquitted themselves very well as well. So yeah, it's a task, a big one, and we're getting ready for it.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate the time. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
There he is, Jim Harbaugh, joining us here. 97-1 The Ticket.
This Thanksgiving, put more on the table with great turkey prices and more at Meijer. Now through Thanksgiving, get your turkey for only 33 cents per pound and find
Trico type wiper blades. We'll even install them for free. Plus, you'll earn double overboard points. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day.
It may not be stomach issues. For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea. Sometimes all at once. Over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out. No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down to my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable. But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms. Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by White Bureau of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
The only way you can take a 97 Honda ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by the LaFontaine Automotive Group, the family deal.
6:35 a.m. Weather for today, cold. It's pretty much all I need to know. I have 26 degrees, but with the wind chill well colder than that. Time for news with Heather A. Park. What's up, Heather?
Hey, you guys. Good morning.
Morning. Wednesday.
Thank you. Yesterday's launch of Disney Plus, you guys, was full of glitches. Did you get it?
No. Yes.
So did we. Did you experience any glitches?
I don't know. I wasn't.
You didn't look through it or watch anything yet?
My wife did. She had up for a while because she had a medical appointment. So she's very happy that we watched the Marvel movie.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if it was on
Yes.
Disney Plus, but they started watching High School Musical TV show or something. Was that something else?
Probably. They had a whole musical category. And when you look through it, it's all divided. And musicals is one of the options. So, thousands of people had complaints that the service wasn't really working right. And basically, by 10 a.m. yesterday morning, Disney had to issue a statement saying that customer demand for Disney Plus basically exceeded their expectations, and they are promising to get it fixed. So basically, people were, just seeing all sorts of problems. Some people were able to get it and create a login, but then couldn't log in. Sometimes it would just completely crash. Other people were able to get on and then pick their show, and then the show wouldn't work. So there was all sorts of little issues, but still, people were pretty excited about it.
Well, Sarah is raving about The Mandalorian, which is the new Star Wars show. She says it's fantastic.
I saw other people writing about it on social media. So
And then
it's not alone.
the other Star Wars issue is apparently they've altered the scene in the cantina. Did you read about this, Greg?
What?
Okay, well, there's a famous scene in Star Wars, Episode 4, A New
Okay.
Hope, where Han Solo shoots Greedo.
Oh.
And then they later changed it so that Greedo shot first, so Han Solo wouldn't look like some sort of vigilante.
Okay.
Now they've added a line where apparently right before Han Solo shoots Greedo says, McClunky.
McClunky?
Yeah.
Who's McClunky?
Well, he speaks a different language. So Google McClunky. And apparently that's the big word that people are talking about from this
Really?
infamous scene. McClunky.
No, I received for the
least you know she's got the backing of a sports reporter in the
Yeah,
job.
that's really nice.
Supposedly, the reason this is happening is because the NFL got word that there were some teams that were interested, so they decided to make it open to everybody.
See, I think what happened was the league turned on the Chicago Bears Lions game and saw Jeff Driscoll starting at quarterback and said, all right, now this is just
You guys, after just 3 months of dating, Lamar Odom and his girlfriend are engaged.
Now this is not a Kardashian.
No. This is Sabrina Parr. Apparently, she's a health coach, and he says she is the one.
She's a health coach or a life coach?
A health coach. Yeah. He made it Instagram official. He posted a photo and he said, introducing my new fiance, soon to be Mrs. Parr Odom. She's the one. And she also made it official on social media. She posted a picture of her ring and she said, I said yes.
Good for them. He's the one. Now, I don't mean to be cynical, but if you could bet in Las Vegas,
Yes.
what would the over-under on this marriage be? 18 months. 18 months. I would probably take the under.
Me too.
Yeah. Not to be cynical.
No.
Yeah.
So a cop in Arkansas has just been suspended after he was caught on camera dancing completely naked at a nightclub.
Well, it's okay for Lions assistant coaches to do this, but it's not okay for
Hitting kids.
They have, the Wendy's dance.
Yeah, this officer obviously sparked some screams and fear in some people and some laughter in others when he decided to just take off all his clothes and stagger around the dance floor. He did do a few moves to Journey's Don't Stop Believin'.
You can't not.
No, and
You
he had
almost
to
have
sing
to.
along
Yeah.
with it as well. And then somebody says he was finally booted from this nightclub where somebody drove him to his car and then I guess he drove himself home.
Myself home naked.
Well, they didn't say that, but I'm sure he had to grab his clothes after he was booted, so I'm sure he
Seem very safe.
No, not at all. So he actually wasn't charged with any crimes. He was suspended, and he did later apologize on Facebook, and he said, please understand, this mistake does not define me.
Oh, yeah, but it doesn't define it, but he'll always be known as the drunk, naked cop.
Yeah, exactly. Did you watch Jeopardy last night?
Yes.
So did I. James Holzhauer, again, is headed to the semifinals match. Or no, was that the semifinals? That was the semifinals. He won that last night on the Tournament of Champions. He's headed to the finals, and we talked about this, but Emma, how do you say her last name? Betcher
Yeah.
is going to be facing him as well. So,
His kryptonite. Is it your personal kryptonite? And then that's what a two-night
yes,
festival is.
Thursday and Friday. And the winner of the Tournament of Champions gets $250,000. Second place earns $100,000, and third place walks away with $50,000.
I did see the final Jeopardy portion of it, and he got it wrong.
Yes,
He did. He had it right underneath it. You could see that he had sun. Yes, and he scrolled out sun and he put Bible. Yeah, so
There's
he.
something about the Bible Belt.
Yeah, the rust belt, something about the last election. And I said rust in the Bible as well. I got that wrong.
But you were
So
with
you're as smart as James?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Well, you are if you guys both got it wrong.
Yeah, wrong.
the same answer though. So
That's exactly
you're
what
just
you're
like
thinking.
Holzhauer.
I guess.
I know, not that many belts. I talk about politics.
Rust Belt, Bible Belt, Sun Belt.
I mean, I
The
didn't know
Beltway,
anything, so.
tightening the belt, the heavyweight championship belt, Craig Monroe's belt. All right, thank you very much, Heather. It's 6:45. When we come back, it's Divide Knob on 97.1 The Ticket. How's your knee feeling? If you're dealing with knee pain that just never goes away and is altering your life and it's making you cut back on things, it's making you unhappy, then it might be time for a joint replacement. If you have hip pain while you're walking, sitting, exercising, then you might need a joint replacement. Don't ignore the pain, because pain is an indication that something is wrong. People often think, the pain will just go away. But if it doesn't, call LKO. And if you tell them I sent you, say Jamie 97 on the ticket, they will guarantee you an appointment by the next business day. That's right. If you call today, you will see them tomorrow. Call Letterman and Kordowitz today, 248-669-2000. That's 248-669-2000. Or on the web, lkorthopedics.com. LK Orthopedics is a fantastic resource to learn more about joint replacement. So if you're starting down the road, you want to learn more about it, check out their website at lkorthopedics.com.
are still dealing with an accident on 75 southbound just before Baldwin Road. It's affecting the left lane and shoulder with the backup now from Sashaball. Meantime, a couple of other accidents have been cleared. 75 southbound at University Drive and 96 Jeffries eastbound at the Davison. Everybody loves fast cash from the Michigan Lottery. Instant win cash prizes and progressive jackpots that can be won at any time. There are 10 great fast cash games in all, including the new $10 Lucky Sevens and $2 Big Bowling Bucks. Play fast cash today. I'm Michelle Pena, the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
This Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by CDW, making IT solutions work for you. It's IT orchestration by CDW. CDW, people who get it. Are you surprised to hear that Colin Kaepernick will be holding a private workout for interested NFL teams in Atlanta this Saturday? I am, and so is Kaepernick himself. He was stunned. It turns out that the NFL itself has organized this audition for the 32-year-old former 49ers quarterback turned social justice warrior who's been out of the league for 3 years now. Normally, such workouts are conducted on Tuesdays when coaches and general managers are most available. However, the league is adamant that it will take place this Saturday on 3 days' notice. Is the league doing this to prevent future legal action by Kaepernick, who's already settled out of court once with the NFL? Or is this another typically lame NFL PR stunt? Either way, this is bizarre. Boomer Esiason. Hiring can be a slow process. Cafe El Tour's COO, Dylan Miskowitz, needed to hire a director of coffee. So he went to ZipRecruiter.com, posted his job, and found the best person for the role in just a few days. With results like that, it's no wonder 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, try ZipRecruiter for free at our web address, ZipRecruiter.com/go. That's ZipRecruiter.com/go. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Looking to get your ride ready for the season? With our AutoZone Rewards program, members get a $20 reward every time they spend $20 or more 5 times, which means you'll have more to spend on safety upgrades, like replacement headlights. Right now, get a $10 AutoZone gift card by mail when you buy a Sylvania Silver Star Cruiser 2-pack or 2 single packs, and get ready for those longer nights. See terms at AutoZone.com/rewards. Restrictions apply.
Rick Frazier on behalf of Mother Waddles. Soon we will all be sitting around the Thanksgiving Day table, giving thanks for all the blessings bestowed upon us. But unfortunately, there are some that have no Thanksgiving Day table, which is where the Mother Waddles mission steps in. Mother Waddles has been providing food, shelter, and assistance for those in need for over 50 years. Now you can help Mother Waddles to help the poorest of the poor by donating your unused card today. Mother Waddles will then use your generous card donation to help a family in need, and you in turn will get a tax deduction for the Blue Book value of your card. So if you've been blessed, then be a blessing and support Mother Waddles by donating your card today. Simply call Mother Waddles at 313-WADDLES or donate your card online at motherwaddles.org. Mother Waddles, a name you can trust. Call today, 313-WADDLES. It's 313-WADDLES.
Sandy, General Sales Manager here on behalf of Chris Ford. If you're a busy person like myself, you need the quickest possible way to get a price quote on your next vehicle. What normally takes hours to get a quote will now only take you seconds. All you have to do is pick your vehicle and configure your own price and payment. Once you've done that, our experts will take care of the rest. It's that seamless. We want to make your next car purchase an easy one. And remember, want the best quote? Get a Chris quote. With 2 great locations in Satellite and Flat Rock, visit us online at chrisford.com. That's chrisford.com.
intact.
No, he does not need to resign to keep his legacy intact because I think his legacy will always include the playoff, turning the tide on Michigan, going and winning the Rose Bowl. I mean, look, they're going to name buildings after Mark D'Antonio, so it'll affect his legacy, but I think his legacy is still strong.
You don't think he's staining it?
No, because it's not. Look, if it were a paternal thing, if they were bringing the program down in shame or scandal, then and maybe there is that's still looming out there.
There's that deposition.
There is a deposition, but that's more about Curtis Blackwell, I think, than it's about what's going on in the program.
I don't think he needs to resign to keep it intact. It will be, though, if he is fired or if he comes back and they have a horrendous season next year, it will be tarnished. There's no doubt about it, but I don't think it ruins the legacy because he will have a statue.
Where's the Marquette Hollister?
He's running towards the problem. Not away. He's running towards the problem.
That's something from
Lest we forget. Oh, good for him.
The Wolverines host the Spartans this coming Saturday. Does Michigan need to dominate this game and win comfortably to give you confidence that they truly have gotten better in the second half of the season?
Rivalry games, I say no. Just win the damn game. Just win next week, and everything is going to be determined by Ohio State. If they win by 3 points, win by 25, it won't make a difference to me.
Really?
Yeah.
13-10.
I don't care. Just win.
I hope you're saying that Monday. Roll tape.
I will. I'll criticize certain players if Shea Patterson looks like crap. Yeah, but still, it doesn't make a difference to me.
I think it's going to affect how people look at it. I mean, I agree with Gov on that sense. I mean, generally, I agree with your point, Stoney, and that is win a rivalry game, you win. But in the history of this rivalry, there have been games along the way that were kind of nails in coffin. I mean, the most obvious one is the Bonnie Williams game. There's another game, which I'm going to get to here momentarily, where Michigan State physically just imposed their will on Michigan, and that was a nail in the coffin game for another coach.
All right, Michigan State have had some classic rivalry moments over the years. If Picasso was to make a painting of the rivalry, what one moment would you capture in the portrait?
See, I think this is a beauty in the eye of the beholder, right? So if you're Michigan State, I think it's the game I was just alluding to, and that's where Devin Gardner was sacked 19 times for 443 yards, or whatever it was. And I think if you're Michigan, it's the Chris Perry game where he carried the ball 96 times for 212 yards, or whatever it was. It's those games where it was quintessential what you wanted your program to be. For Michigan, it was running the ball, and for Michigan State, it was a dominating, suffocating defense.
You went deeper than I went. For Michigan, it would be a shot of Braylon Edwards catching a pass in that game, a touchdown pass on the comeback. And for Michigan State, it's just a portrait, a shot of the kid, the nerdy-looking kid after the trouble with the sword. That's it.
What about a collage of Spartan Bob, the nerd kid, and then Eddie Brown tripping Desmond?
But see, I don't think Michigan State wants to be known for the fluke, right? I mean, you could argue that they shouldn't have won the trouble with the snap game. They certainly shouldn't have won the Spartan Bob game or the Eddie Brown game. Whereas the game I was alluding to, they just kicked their ass.
All right, physical domination. All right, LSU looked great on Saturday, winning at Alabama. Do you think Jim Harbaugh can do what Ed Orgeron has done against Alabama and get on an even playing field with Ohio State long term?
I say no, and the reason is I will always believe, and I could be wrong, Ohio State, for whatever reason, and you can make your own assertions why, they recruit like an SEC school. I don't think Michigan, even though they'll be a top 10 recruiter, I don't think they will ever be able to do that. Ohio State's recruiting will make it like that.
I think it's a bit of a misleading question because I think it's more Joe Burrow than it is Ed Orgeron. To go back to what Danielson told us last week. So, can Orgeron get the next Joe Burrow? I don't know that he's going to be able to stay level with Alabama. I mean, teams have risen up, Auburn, Georgia, and look like they were on the same level with Alabama. Then they go back down, but Alabama stays up there. So, can Harbaugh get his Joe Burrow? Once Harbaugh gets his quarterback, I think,
J.J. McCarthy.
I think in general that's the answer though to college football right now. Look at the great teams. They have great quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Look at Michigan State's demise and their successes. It's good quarterback, bad quarterback, okay quarterback.
Except for one coach and one program, DJ Fleck.
He's a good quarterback.
I know, but come on.
He's not one was a highly recruited.
All right, I think we all agree LSU, OSU, and Clemson are comfortably in the playoff with the rankings that came out last night. Assuming these three teams make it, give me the fourth team that makes it.
I think it's Alabama. I hate to say it, but I just looking at the other teams that are there, I have a feeling Georgia will lose. The Pac-12, I mean, Oregon and Utah, okay, they face off. I don't see that necessarily. I think it's probably going to be Alabama. I'm going to assume they're going to win out, and yes, they won't make the SEC championship game, but they're going to get in.
So to me, if you're going to go with a one-loss team, go with a team that has a national won their conference championship and a pretty good, a decent win over Auburn, or a good loss. Their loss from Auburn.
The one team that can really save their season here is Georgia. And they've had the problem the past couple years of kind of peaking a little early and then not finishing. Now things are a little bit different, and I just would say, after watching that Florida game, I think Florida's a pretty good team this year. They gave LSU quite a bit of trouble. Georgia might still save it. I just don't know if anybody can beat LSU this year, the way Joe Burrow looks. I mean, Burrow's just, it's been unbelievable the way he's playing. All right, Matthew Stafford missed his first game since 2010. With the Lions being 3-5-1, should they shut Stafford down for the year and let him heal properly?
Depending what the doctors say, I'm going to say you don't shut it down right now. If he can play, he'll play. I think maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks, if it's questionable, they should not do what they did last year. So I'd wait a little bit before I completely shut it down.
Why not? I mean, sure. I'm all in favor of shutting it down. I'm in favor of getting a higher draft pick. I mean, I just don't see the point. And I know Patricia would want to strangle me for saying that, but I just don't see the point. I really don't. What's the point of beating Dallas? Not that they're going to beat Dallas, but I'm saying, what does that do for you? No.
Would you rather have them win out or lose out?
I don't know. You posed that question in an email last night. I'm with Stoney. I've never rooted against the Lions in a game, even when they were going 0-16. It's not my DNA to root against them. But at the same time, rooting for them isn't doing much for me either.
3-12-1 would be some beautiful rating.
Yeah.
We're all questioning whether Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia should return next season. Where has each of them gone wrong in their roles with the Lions?
Well, I was first going to say reaching. You know, I think like Bob Quinn has reached a couple times, reached the TJ Hawkinson. But then I'm going to change it. Settling. They settled. Quinn settled on Caldwell, whether he was forced to or not. He shouldn't have taken the job if he couldn't get his own head coach in there. He didn't want him. And Patricia settled on Jim Bob Cooter. And it set everything back. Quinn should have hired Patricia from the get-go, and Patricia should have hired Bevel from the get-go.
I think for Quinn, it's not finding any defensive playmakers. I mean, I think that's killing him. Running game is also bad. And for Patricia, it's not being able to understand that despite what happened in New England, this game is still about speed, especially defensively.
All right, the NFL Network is releasing its list of the 100 greatest teams of all time. The top 30 will be revealed this Friday night. Who is the most underappreciated great team of all time?
Wow, underappreciated, that's tough, and I'm going to pick a team that I really didn't like. The 1991 Washington Redskins were 14-2. They started 11-0. They won their playoff games by 17, the NFC Championship by 31 over the Lions, Super Bowl by 13. The team, you know, Rippon, Monk, Sanders, Ernest Biner, Gary Clark, Charles Mann, Darrell Green, and another starting defensive back, Martin Mayhew.
There's a few ways to go with this. For Tony's benefit, the Bills teams that never won a championship. I also think the teams that never got the second championship sometimes get lost in the shuffle. Like the Packers didn't win their second year against the Broncos with Favre. The Seahawks didn't win their second year against the Patriots. Like if they got that second championship, I feel like it would have risen to a greater. And of all the Niner teams, I do think the 84 team gets a little bit lost in the shuffle because everyone always talks about the 88, 89, 90 team that should have won 3 straight championships. They're the best of the bunch was the 84.
I think one of the teams that got screwed is recently is the Steelers. How many more Super Bowls they might have if the New England Patriots didn't exist?
Oh, yeah. Well, Colts, I mean, you said a lot.
Lamar Jackson had a perfect passer rating on Sunday. He also had a dazzling 47-yard touchdown run. Is Jackson's style of play sustainable long-term in the NFL?
No. And I'm going to use your quote. What's your quote? The NFL always learns, or the NFL always adapts, or...
It always comes back to the core style of offense.
Right. Everyone always tries to, they're going to... It's only the real, the Bill Walsh West Coast offense or whatever that changes the game. Now, Jackson's amazing. I hope he can keep doing it. But if history tells us anything, it's that this style of play won't last.
I think there's only one way to last, and that's you equip yourself with a backup quarterback who can do similar things, obviously not as good, so you can play as a team the same stuff.
Colin Kaepernick.
Exactly, and that's a great point, Stoney, because I think Cam Newton's the example of how a more mobile quarterback doesn't last long term. Yeah. That you can have success, you can get to a Super Bowl, and you can win a Super Bowl. But I don't think you're going to have a Drew Brees, Big Ben, 15-year starter as a mobile quarterback. It's just because the NFL is speed, and these guys lose their speed.
Right. There it is, the wide 9. Jamie and Stoney on 97.1 The Ticket. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit.
last night in Anaheim. Defenseman Dennis Cholowski scores the game winner in overtime for the Wings, who are off until tomorrow night when they square off against the Kings in Los Angeles. A 3-game road trip began for the Pistons.